Boom.
Hey up. All right. Yeah, steady, mate. Yeah, not bad. What are you up to? Not much, mate. Just not much, mate. You watched England last night? No. Did you? No, couldn't be asked, could I? No. What were you doing instead? Gauged up, mate. How are you feeling? Ropey. This looks like it's 4 weeks old. But I've been holding it so close to myself that I've been like, I've got my hood up. Take your hood down, Jack. We're not in mean streets of Compton. But yeah, I've been holding this like. Anyway, that's not why we're here. You know why we're here. Ain't nobody down round here. Clout chases him. We've got to move back to get his greatness in. Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over, he's here. Got a couple of quick shout outs to do. Shout out to Lynx Africa and the discontinuation of it and the devastation that has ensued from that moment. Changing rooms countrywide will never be the same. Shout out to Legendary MVG for the super chat. Shout out to Ming for the super chat. Shout out to Mr. P for the super chat. Shout out to Legendary MVG, Ming, and Mr. P. It's much appreciated. I'm off on Just Joe at 6. If I'm around, I might be off on my way to work by that time. I'm not sure, but I think I'm off on Just Joe's show for players' rating of the season. Quick shit vid, though. Ain't nobody down round here. The clock watchers are in and on and over here. They will be thirsty as fluck now. In all over me. Had some hungover thoughts. Well, actually, drunken thoughts last night that have simmered into hungover thoughts today. But I just want to mention that Gnonto has picked up an injury on international duty. Our fears are manifesting about players getting injured. Personally, although everybody's going wild and like absolutely adamant that Gnonto has to start every single minute of every single game now, we've all come around to the idea that he's the best number 10, not only at the club, but in the world. And nobody wanted him playing 6 months ago, 4 months ago. Everybody wanted him out the side, thought he wasn't even worth coming off at bench and all this stuff. Ramazani over him, everything. You know, Gnonto was in the bin. Now Gnonto's the main man. We're all devastated. He's rolled his ankle. It's a gutting thing, to be fair, because I think for 20 minutes, sorry, Badger, for 10, 20 minutes, he's excellent in that 10 role. If we do need to cause a little bit of carnage, bit of anarchy, to quote Alan Partridge. It'll be a big loss if he is injured. It could just be precautionary, but apparently he did try and run it off, and it's not prevailed. He got mauled off. So I think around half time it was. So what are your thoughts on that? Number 10 as well. I think he'll go back to Aronson regardless, but still, you know, it's not good to, you know, we need all the boys back in the barracks, don't we, when it comes to this run in the last 8 games. Big stuff. My revelation last night, while I was wasted, went to go watch a rapper called The Game, who I must say I've been seeing him about 8 times, and it was really poor last night. It was a band, and I know all you guys love bands. Go see some bands. Should we go see some bands? Should we? Oh, can't we go see some bands? But, you know, I wanted some hip-hop bangers. I wanted barn. But it wasn't to be. That's made me go light-headed. I shouldn't have done that. It wasn't to be. It was a band and with no backing track. And it's like, oh, my God, hip-hop's like electronic, you know, computerized, programmed music. I appreciate we're trying to be clever. We've got some violins in and on and over here, but I don't want to hear it. I want some beats. But anyway, so I was chatting to my brother because we weren't really, you couldn't hear him or the music. You didn't even know what song was on. It was bad. And Victoria Warehouse normally sounds mint. But I have certainly gone off on a tangent. That is not what the Drunken story was about. It was about England, funnily enough. We didn't even watch it. I was out in Manchester last night. I have no interest in watching it. I couldn't care less. I barely watch the competitive games when it comes to England, so never mind with friendlies. 2-0. I just wanted to discuss the Henderson inclusion because he's got a lot of stick for it. And it dawned on me because I don't care who he picks or what he goes for, but I like Thomas Tuchel. And I think that's a good Thomas Tuck shop. I think that's a good acquisition in the managerial role for England. So it dawned on me, everybody having a go at him for bringing Henderson in. I don't particularly think Henderson should be in there. I don't really care though. But, you know, my point being, so I would make an argument for, I mean, he came off at bench from what I've seen, from what I've looked at the lineups. So I'm making the argument, you're either Tuchel in or Tuchel out. It should just be a flow chart. So Tuchel in, Tuchel yes, and then we can make arguments for any decision he makes. And then Tuchel no, Tuchel don't like German man in England role, one English man in brackets. And then you've got your little flow chart where you say you just abuse everything he does. And it's Farker personified, isn't it? That's what people are doing. Farker in, yes, sound right. I don't mind the fact that he don't make substitutions at 60 minutes. He makes them at 70. And he does them all at once. I defend it all. No, I hate the fact you don't fucking. And this makes substitutions earlier, the shit kids. I'm fucking sick of him. He's fucking don't bring him on at 78th minute. I'm half asleep. I'm half brown bread by then. I've had a couple of JDs and Coke, and I'm fucking thinking, oh, where's my night out coming from now? Sick of it. Fucking shit. So what are your thoughts on that? You're either in or out. If you're with me, give a shout. Are you out or in? If you're not, get in the bin. Tell us not a lot of football to talk about. And I'm a little bit hungover. I think I'm off back to Boozer working tonight. If anybody's out and about, 10-point gap. It's over, Joe. Got Joe on the show the other day, which was legendary. It was the first proper guest I've had on. It was ace to have him on. We had a good chat. We discussed whether Sol Campbell is right. I think so. I watched the overlap, not the underlap, but watched the underlap was better. But the overlap and Sol Campbell, although I think he talks a lot of woof and everything seems like loaded in some like weird. He seems angry about everything and everything's not his fault. Nothing's his fault. But he did mention of the centre-backs of the world now, the Van Dijks of the world. And Joe said in the show the other day that apparently he doesn't know the statistic, but the statistic doesn't matter. The statement stands that Van Dijk hasn't been like dribbled past for like, he said it was yonks. So I know that's not even a fact, but just a long time. And that just wouldn't have happened in Sol Campbell's day. He had like Robbie Fowler, small, good on ball, get a chance, scores. Michael Owen, small, rapid, in behind, two completely different strikers, both a goal threat. Thierry Henry, rapid, mint on ball, can beat you, can dribble past you. Fucking Les Ferdinand, mint in air, big strong bastard, good in front of goal. Duncan Ferguson, big horrible man. Do you know what I mean? Headbutt, shoulders, elbows, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Duncan Ferguson. So what are your thoughts on that? Is the centre-back role a different role now? I also can't believe some people think that centre-back is the hardest position on the pitch. Some people confuse importance with difficulty. And I'm not having it. I don't want to play no games. No, I don't want to play no games. No, I don't want to hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.